people move marijuana through the airport in New Orleans. They will transport it on the plane in their suitcases as they travel to the Louis Armstrong International Airport in Kenner, Louisiana, from other states. They will pack the suitcase full of marijuana weighing 50 to 60 pounds. When they get caught, they're usually looking at a serious felony charge, but we can help. If you're arrested for transporting a suitcase full of marijuana in the New Orleans airport, the actual charge you will have is possession with intent to distribute Schedule I drug, which is marijuana. The reason the charge will be with intent to distribute as opposed to simple possession is because the weight is so great. The prosecutor believes that they could convict the defendant under the with intent provision since that much marijuana is not necessarily for personal use. If you are convicted of possessing marijuana with intent to distribute in the airport, the sentencing range will be based on the actual weight of the drug at the crime lab. If the weight is less than 2.5 pounds, the judge could sentence you to not less than 1 year nor more than 10 years in prison and pay a fine of not more than $50,000. If the weight is 2.5 pounds or more, the judge could sentence you to not less than 1 year nor more than 20 years and pay a fine of not more than $50,000. Many judges will put defendants in prison for moving such a large amount of marijuana through the airport. There is a misconception that Louisiana has decriminalized marijuana. The only decriminalization that has happened in Louisiana is that the first offense, simple possession of 14 grams or less of marijuana, is no longer a charge in which an arrest can be made. The police officer must now only give a summons. Also, that charge no longer carries potential jail time, only a $100 fine. That is the extent of the decriminalization in Louisiana, basically. So when someone gets a possession with intent to distribute marijuana, judges are still pretty tough, although these charges can also be probatable. After you're arrested and bonded, contact us immediately so we can get started on your case. The first court date you will have is called the arraignment. This is the date the judge will inform you of the formal charge against you. We always enter a plea of not guilty at the beginning. We then have the right to get the reports from the district attorney and start negotiations. You will then have a series of court dates while we are sizing up the case and trying to work it out. Your case will be at the 24th JDC in the Jefferson Parish Courthouse located at 200 Durbany Street in Gretna, Louisiana. Although I've been referring to the New Orleans airport, where you got the charge, the case is actually in Jefferson Parish and actually in the city of Kenner. We have been successful at getting probation in these cases for our clients. Although we cannot promise any results in your case, we know how to minimize the damage to get the best result. I wrote the book on how to defend drug charges in Louisiana. I know all the ins and outs of defending possession with intent to distribute marijuana in New Orleans Airport. I know how to look for technical errors by the police and mitigate the exposure to my clients if they have a bad case. I take a proactive approach to defending my clients and trying to keep them out of jail. Feel free to contact me if you need help.